Now that we've heard a bit about the game, let's play it. So the way the game works is it builds up complexity by having participants read short facts about each of the cards in relation to one another. The first player to go is usually the player who starts in 2020 or the earliest time period. Then play usually progresses to the next closest time period, let's say 2030, then on to 2040, then on to 2050 to 2060. Feel free to improvise with this. If you jump back and forwards, it's a bit like flashbacks and flash forwards in film and television. In round 1, each player takes turns telling one short fact about their entity in relation to any other glimpse card in the game. Remember that glimpse cards are either entities or feelings. For example, in relating your entity card Shameen Jackson to the garden, you could talk about the fact that her social media feed needs a bit of gardening and maintenance, and occasional pruning to take off the posts that are underperforming to give the posts that are doing really well some more space to grow. It's worth mentioning here that the way the scoring tokens work is that whenever you use a card, you put down one of your tokens on that card, except for your entity, because it's a given that you're going to use your entity during the game. So for this example, you would put a token on the garden feeling card, which you have in your hand. At the end of the game, you get 2 points for every one of the tokens that are on a card, but the person whose card it is also gets another point, unless that's you. So you can get 2 points maximum per token on a card. You can only put 1 token maximum on each card, which encourages players to use cards collaboratively and to create shared story worlds. For the next round, we're going to tell some quick facts that link our glimpses to the other glimpses in the game. We can use any of the other glimpses that the players have. For example, we could link Shameen Jackson to another feeling card and then create a different plotline for her that takes place in a different time period. Don't forget to put your story token down to mark that you've referenced that card and get some points at the end. For round 3, we're going to tell some quick facts about the reports in the game. These facts are going to relate our entity card to one of the other reports in the game. The reports could be from anyone, not just your own. It's helpful at this point for everyone to read their reports one by one so everyone gets a sense of what they all say. You can skip to the key events on them or read the entire card yourself if you'd like. Keep in mind that these are stories, so you can practice your storytelling by reading them dramatically. If you'd like to play a slightly longer game, how about repeating round 3 again with different reports this time so you build up more layered stories? For example, let's relate this Animal Designers card to Shameen Jackson, the entity from before. It turns out that in 2046, Shameen is looking for some new clients for her beauty business, and she discovers that animals might be a really interesting new market for her. Animals, of course, worry about their appearance too, so why not cater towards them? Ridiculous? You decide. In the 4th and last round, players are going to take turns telling a short report or story about the activity of their entity in their time period and across all the time periods of the game. It's helpful to take a few minutes to let everyone think before starting, but you might be primed already after having traded so many facts in previous rounds. This report must start in that player's time period, so you could say, starting in the year 2024, Shameen Jackson, ... but it may also then jump around to any other time period or even beyond. The only boundaries are that it must include your entity and your feeling card, and it should be creative and plausible. You'll be scored on that later using the scoring card.